Right, in this question, we're looking at the perimeter. Calculate the perimeter of a parallelogram. Parallelograms are called palms. So we know that the opposite sides of a palm are equal. So we can see that the opposite sides are equal. So p plus 4 is equal to 17. We can then solve for p. Okay, solving for p, we'll take plus 4 over from the left hand side to the right hand side. A plus 4 will become a negative 4. 17 subtract 4 is 13. We can then substitute 13 plus 4 and that will give us 17. For the side on the top, we can then substitute 2 times 13 minus 3. 2 times 13 is 26, so 26 minus 3 is equal to 23. So the side on the top will be 23 and the side at the bottom will also be 23. Now we can calculate the perimeter. We have 2 long sides and we have 2 short sides. We can substitute those values. 2 times 23 is 46. 2 times 17 is 34. Together, adding up, we get 80 units. Why we are writing units? Because they didn't say centimeters or millimeters or whatever the case. And this is how we'll calculate the perimeter of a palm. Let's look at the area of the same palm. The formula for area is length times perpendicular height. So do you understand what a perpendicular height is? Perpendicular height is a straight line height. Right, and that will be a perpendicular height. Perpendicular height always comes off the base with all shapes. The perpendicular heights come off the base. Let's assume in this question they said that the perpendicular height was 10. And let's say the example said it's all centimeters. Right, let's substitute. So L will be the long side and the perpendicular height will be 10. Multiply the two numbers, we'll get 230. Don't forget that area is 2-dimensional, therefore we'll have centimeter to the little 2. Right, and that's how we do area of a palm. Area of a square is very simple. Length squared. Area of a square will be L times L. Area of a rectangle will be L times B. Right, and then the hardest one I think will be a rhombus. The rhombus will be a bit more challenging. So I think we'll do the area of a rhombus. Right, so 2 green lines are called diagonals. They bisect at 90 degrees. And to calculate the area of a rhombus, we multiply the 2 diagonal lengths and we divide it by 2. Right, so normally we'll take AC times DB, the lengths of the green lines, and we'll divide it by 2. So the formula is normally D1 times D2. Any diagonal times any diagonal divided by 2. Easy as that. So we're just going to write some values here for the rhombus and we will calculate. Let's say AC is equal to 10 and DB is equal to 12. We substitute into the formula and solve. Right, that will give us 120 divided by 2 and that will be equal to 60. Don't forget centimeter squared, and that's how we calculate the area of a rhombus. For the kite, it's the exact same formula for a kite. The diagonals, multiply them and divide by 2. With maths, always starts with a formula, 1 mark for the formulas. Next, we're looking at the area of a triangle. Area of a triangle is half base times height. Notice that the perpendicular height always comes off the base with all shapes. Let's say the base is 5 and the height is 10. Next we'll have to substitute half base times height. Okay, plug it into your calculator. 5 times 10 is 50, half times 50 equals 25. Answer, area is equal to 25 centimeter squared. Right, then we're going to look at perimeter of a triangle. Perimeter of a triangle is very easy. All you need is the 3 sides of a triangle and you can easily calculate that. Alright, so perimeters of triangles, this is a very common one that they like to put in exams. You have to find the missing sides using Pythagoras theorem. So on your diagram you can label it X and Y, the missing sides. Don't forget the perimeter is the outside, total outside distance. Alright, so if you look at it, X is the longest side of the triangle on the left hand side. If it's the longest side, we add the other 2 sides up and we square them, and that is Pythagoras theorem. Do not forget to write the reason. Right, 3 squared is 9, so that's going to give us 18. Square root of 18 on your calculator will give you. Alright, so next we're going to calculate y. Don't forget here we're finding a short side, so it's going to be subtract. So it'll be 5 squared minus 3 squared. And then we can plug it into our calculator and get the answer of y. Let's assume all the measurements are centimeters, right? So don't forget that perimeter is only the outside distance, the total outside distance. It doesn't include the inside distances. This means we're going to have to remove this line in the center. Do not add in that line. Right, so don't forget the triangle only has 3 sides. So we have to add up the 3 sides. So our formula will be side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3. Okay, we will need to add up those two distances. 3 plus 4 will give me 7. That will be side 1. Then we're going to substitute side 2, which is 4,24. Substitute side 3, which is 5. Add all up. Okay, and now we have the total outside perimeter of the entire shape. Okay, and that's how we get the outside perimeter. Quite simple. Next, we're going to look at a complex shape where it's a combination of two different shapes. Okay. Right, so with this shape, we're going to have to calculate the area of a square plus the area of a full circle and divide the answer by 2 because that is a half a circle. So let's look directly opposite the 4. What value will be there? Also 4. So that distance directly opposite, which is 4 in black, that will be a diameter of the circle. The area of a square is L times L, or L squared, and the area of a circle is pi r squared. You have to study those formulas by heart. So area is pi r squared. Why am I dividing it by 2? Because it's a half a circle. So it'll be half the area. So let's substitute. Alright, substitute all in. You must be having a question in your head and saying, where did sir get that 2? Let me show you. Alright, so that 2 is actually 4 divided by 2, because notice that we're not using diameter in the formula, we're using radius. So it's pi a radius squared. So a radius is half the diameter. So I took the diameter of 4 and I divided it by 2 to get an answer of 2. And so this is how we get a 2. So by substituting all into the formula, use your calculator correctly. Rather do it in stages so that you can get the correct answer. And the final answer will be 22,28. Since no centimeters or millimeters were given, it will be units squared. Right, we're next going to go and work out perimeter of the exact same shape. Don't forget that perimeter is the outside of the shape, which means that one in the middle, we're going to take it out. Okay, so that one in the center has been removed because perimeter is the outside. Why did I write perimeter is equal to 3L and not 4L of the square? Because don't forget the one side is taken out. Okay, do remember that the diameter is still equal to 4. Let's substitute and see if you can get the answer. Okay, why did we divide by 2? Because we have pi d is the circumference of a full circle, which is the perimeter, but this is a half a circle, so we divide by 2. Right, add up final answer 18,28 units. Notice perimeter is not squared but linear, so it's to the power 1, so we don't write the power 1. So it's a straight line distance. Only area is to the power 2 and volume is to the power 3. I hope these examples are good, and I wish you all the best for your exams.